Alright peeps, welcome back to another World of Tanks video. Today we are going to watch a couple of battles I had last week or so in my Char Future that I made a video on a while back when I first got it. I did my first impressions video. And yeah, today I'm like right at the start and looking at those medium tanks going, why are you going that way? Anyway, yeah, in this video, these two battles are going to hopefully highlight something that they made me realize, right? Which is that we've all heard of the phrase carrying a game in World of Tanks. And they made me wonder, or realize, I guess is the better way of putting it, the different ways in which a carry can be made. Right, because the most obvious way is when you are the sole player who wins the battle for the entire team, right? That's the idea of carrying a game, is that, well, that is like a metaphor where it's as if you are like literally carrying the rest of your teammates, right? On your shoulders or whatever. But I realised that there's actually another way, which is impacting the battle. Because, sure, you can do a lot of damage in a battle, you can kill a lot of enemies in a battle, but neither of those matter that much if, say for instance, the tanks that you kill are relatively uninfluential themselves, right? Or if the damage you deal is against people who are AFK, just as examples. In this battle, I do quite a bit of damage, but I also make sure to eliminate enemies who would otherwise go on to probably win the battle for the enemy team, right? So in this right here, I came to the position. We're getting completely overrun. I'm thinking, do I want to stay to put my clip in here? And I think, no, I'm going to relocate a little bit over to here. STG takes a bad route. I take a good route. Guess which one of us lives? Give it a sec. Yep, there you go. 277 kills the STG. So at this point, I'm pretty much just setting up an ambush, right? They're going to push. They do push. One shot goes into the pushing. This Pershing is, well, he's definitely either holding W or got his cruise control on, because he's still going. He's hesitating a little, and now he's dead. Why he thought that was a good idea, I do not know. Now look, there's 277, and the T-44, they're trying to push round. T-44 dies. Now, and also our UDES dies. But you can see here, he's looking the other way, and he just shot, which means he's got like 12 seconds before he's going to put another shot out, which is plenty of time to put both of my shots into him and finish him off, right? Now if I hadn't relocated to this position, when I saw the flank was in the process of being lost, and killed the Pershing and the 277, if I'd instead stayed there, put my clip out, then died, 277 and Pershing would have got around the back, wiped the floor with our team because they would have been surrounded, and the battle would most likely have been lost at that point. But instead, because of that play that I did, that one simple relocation, the battle is instead being won by 4 tanks. Keep in mind, well, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be a victory right at this point. There's a poor 430U, no, not 430, not 430U, 430, just the tier 9 version, who sure will get one shot into me, but it doesn't change the fact that he's dead. That's an incredibly good trade, his entire hit points for one shot into me. And now we're winning by, what is that? 7 tanks. So, yeah, the battle is won. I've already done 3 kills and 3,500 damage, but we can get a little bit more, because we like damage, and so forth. So, I'm reloading, because this thing has got a ridiculously long reload. Of 40 seconds, which is the same as the Batchat AP, but you have 2 less shells and a longer intro clip, but you do more damage with each shell. I like this tank. It's, as I said at the time, it's unique, or as I said in my first video on it, it's unique, it's It's a new kind of thing in the game. There isn't another tank like this. And see here, I aim to the side, so I overmatch his side armor on the Stridsvagn. I don't bother shooting again. Also, I don't know how he spotted me. He was stunned. Clearly not using binos, because even stunned with binos, he should have spotted me when I took the first shot there. But anyway, it's just the Arty and the Conway left. Some spotting. I'm up to 3,800 damage, 1,700 assistance, 3 kills. It's already a good battle, but I no longer care whether I use my hit points or not, because, as we said before, the battle is already won. So what I'm doing is I'm like, I've got 3 shells, can I use them all? Well, first things first, there's the artillery. Who I believe is dead. Yes, dead to the artillery, and the Conway is also dead. So I didn't get to use all 3 shells, but I took 2 shots, 1 from each guy, and they both died. And that put me up to 4 kills, 4,500 damage, and 1,800 assistance, which, don't care what you say, that's a good battle, okay? So, yeah. That's that battle. That's what I'm going to say is an example of the right play at the right time, I think, won the entire game. Feel free to say your opinion on whether you think I'm right or not in this instance, in the comments. I would be happy to read them. Yeah. On to the next one. And here we are with the second battle, from El Haluf to Muravanka. Same tank, same play session. This was literally, there was one battle in between that last replay and this one. So these battles were really close together, and yeah. As you can probably guess from what I was saying at the beginning of the last one, this is the example of the one guy at the end hopefully going on to win the battle for his team, or messing up horribly and dying a horrible death and being yelled at. In the comments right now, I want you to put which you think I managed to do. Because I know what I would say that I thought I would do, because I know what I'm like. But yeah. No spoilers, we're gonna wait and see. So, we've taken the usual sort of safe position on the map, this little corner of bushes. Took a pot shot at the Skoda, missed. Already getting impatient, knocking a few trees over to create another sort of defensive line of bushes. Not spotting anyone. Wondering if I can get some shots on those guys by going up here and hiding behind the trees. Turns out it wasn't so simple. Well, it would have been if it wasn't for someone in a second here. I believe the Centurion. Yep, the Centurion pops out of nowhere, spots me, and Tiger 2 gets a shot into me. Get a bit of spotting on the Centurion though, so it isn't the worst thing in the world. And here, because I'm slow reversing, I don't get a shot into him anyway. A slow start, but so far no tanks have been lost on either team. It will change soon. Seeing if I can get a shot into the Centurion, I cannot. Wondering if the Barask will go trollolol. It doesn't. And I'm just being patient, waiting to see what the enemies will do, and Leopard peeks. And of course I bounce off a Leopard. Why wouldn't you? 2 in the magazine, trying to decide whether to go and reload or not, I believe, at this point. Aha, Skoda T50, glad I didn't. And 1. And 2. And he's dead. Perfect. Now we're on reload, obviously. Skoda's down. First kill is ours. Lynx is sat in the middle of the nowhere. Other Lynx shoots him on the move. Lynx is already down to one-shottable. Tiger 2 is stock. Sadly, however, because of the ridiculously long reload, if I was in any other non-auto-loading tier 9 medium, I'd be able to shoot this guy. Look how juicy it is. It's all green. It's the best German light tank. The Tiger. Well, stock Tiger. If he wasn't stock, it would have been probably different, but poor guy. Anyway, look, 6-0. Obviously, you're probably thinking, well, the battle is won. What can anyone possibly do to mess this up? Well, this is World of Tanks, remember, and in World of Tanks, it is very, very simple for anyone to, well, let's just say, completely mess everything up by not activating some brain cells. Notice the 2, 4, 6, 7 tanks that are all pushing the enemy base. Yeah, keep an eye on those 7 tanks. Also, keep an eye on the pitiful amount of view range that this guy has. Because, well, he's pretty blind, let's be honest. He doesn't even spot me there, which is kind of insane. And now he's dead. So we're sitting on 1.6 thousand damage, almost 1,000 assistance damage. We've got 1 kill, much less impressive performance-wise than the last battle. But don't worry, it will change. At least, not so much score-wise, but, or damage or resistance, but in terms of the actual battle score, like the whole 7-5. Notice how 5 of the 7 tanks died that were pushing the enemy base. Also, that was a bad shot from my side on that CS. There we go, 7-6. The enemies have pretty much evened out the entire battle here, and we're on reload again. We've done 2,000 damage, 1,000 assistance, 1 kill still. At this point I'm thinking, well, crap. Our team still has the best positions, but that's going to change, because... Who is that down there? The 257? Yeah, the 257, the Type 61. Oh no, it was 4 of the 7 tanks that died. Soon to be, yeah, pretty different there. Anyway, right here, you can see I'm looking at these 2 heavy tanks thinking, how can I outplay these guys? And I'm thinking, I can trade hit points here. Because I can clip one of them. In fact, I could have clipped both of them had, well, that gone better. Instead, I completely bounced off the lower plate of the phase and took a shot from the E75 completely for free. If they had both shot, only one of them penned me and I'd penned one of them, I would have just sat there and finished them both off, and that would have made this so much easier. Instead, however, I am waiting for my team to help me. I've got those 2 mediums there, which did not bother doing anything. I've got hit by Artie, which means I'm both stunned, and I'm down another 436 hit points. So I'm down to one-shottable for the phase. Is it the phase that can the phase can one-shot me if he high rolls? E75 can one-shot me, Barras can clip me, Progetto can clip me, SU can kill me one-shot, Artie can miss me for all of my hit points at this point, so I can only afford to take a shot from the list at this point. So what am I going to do? I'm going to play it safe, unlike our team, who... We've still got the 1S1 all the way over there somewhere. We've got these 2 one-shot mediums. We've got, obviously, our Artie, a full hit points SU, and a full hit points Pantera. Patton dies. FaZe also dies, which is good. FaZe made a pressure, FaZe took... He got deleted for that pressure that he made on the mediums, which is a good thing. I go on reload again, just so that I have a full mag, because I think I can afford to at this point. Oh no, the 257 is still alive over there. That's surprising, I thought he died long ago. But the Type is dead. Yeah, Type is dead. Liz is saying, go Pantera. Keep in mind the Liz is dead. And I say, no, don't. Because look, CS is dead. I'm still on reload. Oh boy. And then I think I say wait for them. No, I say patience. I say wait for them a while later. So, we're reloaded. There goes the 257, and I think the S1 shortly after him. So, at this point in the battle, we're going to be down 2 tanks. We've got 2 full hit points tanks, me, and Artie. They've got the E75 that's a one-shot, he's on like 70 hit points or something. The Artie has never been spotted, he's in the corner somewhere. Yeah, when we got hit from him, he was like that way, so he's like between K1 and 2, roughly. SU is making a pressure, I say to him to fall back. I can't remember what hit points any of the others are on, but we definitely know that the E75 is a one-shot, and there I say wait for them. So S1 kills the Progetto, which is a good thing. However, I think immediately after, you can see the SU pops up on the minimap, and it kills the S1. Right? Yes. No, the Barask kills the S1. We're being pinged by the S1, which is glorious, because, you know, he definitely wasn't isolated, completely alone, and, you know, everything. So here we can see the Pantera is making a pressure. I have to help him, because the thing is, if I don't, and he goes and dies for nothing, then we're in even a harder of a situation. Whereas if I try and help him, but play relatively safe, or safer, then his inevitable demise, which, you know, is clearly going to happen. Look how far ahead he is. I think he's going for the artillery. If I had to guess, there's the artillery right in the corner, J1. So my prediction was a little bit off. I'm waiting to see if the list pops up in a weird position, but he doesn't. Well, he does and he doesn't, because I get a split second of a shot and I don't take it, obviously, because I want to have my full mag all the time, if I can help it. Also, the enemy E75 killed our artillery, but the enemy artillery is also dead, and here we go. 2 versus 4. Full hit points SU, me 400 hit points. List is two-shottable for us. Here we see the Barask going trollolol through the middle. Pay attention to this shot. This is a beautiful shot. Boom. Still really proud of that shot. So, Barask, down. Good. CS is now one shot. He's trying to circle the SU. We want to try and protect this SU because it will really help us if we can keep him alive. E75 very luckily misses and just hits our track. And the SU is both looking at us and backing up. And we want to make sure that we stay safe here. 2 versus 2. Me on 3 kills, 3,000 damage, 1,000 assistance still. SU is down to one-shottable now. This is, again, what happens if you make a ridiculous pressure when you're losing. Pantera died for pretty much nothing, although he did end up help win, if you think about it. Well, if we win. And the SU also, air quotes, helping to win if we win. Either they could have just as easily pushed, and this ends up being a loss. Because of their ridiculous... Like, think about it, right? If I was in that projectors, and there you go, the SU dies. So this is looking pretty bad. I'm one-shottable to either of them. SU is on, I think he was on full hit points, or nearly full hit points, and the E75 is a one-shot. He's on nearly full hit points. So here, from now on, I want you to pay attention to one particular thing that I make sure to do, which is I only shoot when there is an opaque bush between me and the enemy. Also, I'm blind, I didn't see that dead tank there. I think that's the dead type. Maybe, can't tell. Because when there's an opaque bush, obviously, if you know bush mechanics, you'll know that you don't get spotted through an opaque bush unless you're a heavy tank or really close range. Because it gives you the most camo rating, right? Opaque bush. But it doesn't matter what range the opaque bush is. It could be like that bush, or this bush. It doesn't matter how near or far away it is, as long as it's opaque and it's between you and the enemy, it will help your camo. So yeah, that's what I make sure to do. Now, as I was saying, that Pantera on our team, as I say, I assume he was going for the artillery. Both a good and a bad thing to do, because, well, we knew that the E75 was on the other side of the map, right? He'd killed the artillery. He was pushing his way around to our base, and then he went through the middle because he was less spotted in the middle again. No, he wasn't in the middle. He was somewhere around C3-ish, because when he shot me, he hit me in the back, so that's where he was at that point, roughly. And you can see I'm taking the same position I started the game in, because it's got good vision around pretty much all sides. I can see the cap from here, because if they want to win, they got a cap, right? I don't want a cap. That would be a terrible idea. And from here on, any mistake that I make could cost me the entire battle. But yeah, those two guys, the Pantera and the SU, as I say, like, If I were them, I would have just been patient and waited on their full hit points. Like, being on full hit points and being in a defensive position could have easily won us the game, but what they did instead could have very easily lost us the game, but also helped me get to this point, so could still be a victory at this point. We don't know yet. 1 minute 40 on the clock. So one of them cannot cap. There's the SU. Tracking shot on the SU. Again, making sure that there's an opaque bush. There's not an opaque bush. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Now. Not opaque. Oh, yeah, opaque, so I know he won't get spotted. Also, there was two in the cap there. So I knew that they're both there. There he is again. Waiting, waiting. Now. Also, E75 wasn't behind opaque bush, so backing up just in case. And there you go. He misses me. Good. Now, keep in mind, he cannot win by capping. There isn't enough time. Right, so the best he can do is make it a draw at this point. And what I'm doing is I'm just waiting so that he gets unspotted, because when he gets unspotted, I will be unspotted too. I think I will. No, I think I was unspotted long ago, because... but I was outspotting him. Anyway, I put a blind shot over there. Because, just in case it would kill him, right? And then I make a split decision. You can see me just there, but don't know if you noticed. I started loading heat, then I thought, nah, HE, because he's one-shottable for me with HE. And keep in mind, this is insanely close, because I got a 40-second reload. And there was like 40, 50 seconds left on the clock when I was reloading. So here, I'm positioning myself as close to the cap and as close to the E75 as I can, while being in a safe position, right? And I'm being patient. I want to make sure that I'm fully reloaded before I move, so that he doesn't get to shoot me. And keep in mind, I've only got one shot of this. There he is. I aim, and he's dead. Boom. That was like between 5 and 8 seconds on the clock right there. A beautiful battle. And that is a pretty good thumb. Look at that, I park on the road and all. Plus I salute. So yeah. That is my first ever carry, my only successful proper carry, where I'm the only tank left and I win the game. Well, look at that. There's 1 second on the clock right there. So I was insane. It was insanely close to being a draw. Also really close to being a loss with when my team pushed. Literally, 2 full hit points tanks. Within like a minute, both were dead. World of Tanks players. Anyway, guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to head and take a look at the post-game stats for both of these battles. Also, keep in mind, I ended up there with 5 kills, 4,000 damage, 900, almost 1,000 assistance damage, which, while it wasn't looking very impressive within the same time period as the first battle, it ended up being, well, pretty amazing, let's be honest there. Leave a like for awesome battle. Every 1 like equals 1 battle carried. I don't know. Anyway, guys, see you in a second with the post-game stats. Alright guys, so here we are with the battle results for the first replay on Al Haloof. As you can see, we got a first class, loads of useless stuff. We did 4,500 damage, 4 kills, 1.25 base XP, almost 2,000 spotting, or resistance, or whatever you want to call it. Also, weirdly, with this tank, with its gun handling, all of our shots did their things. Look at that, all 13. Lucky number 13, hello. We made a nice profit too. And yeah, a little 6-minute battle was pretty good. The second one was this one. Only second class, but we got a defender medal. 4,000 damage, 5 kills, 1.1 base XP, only 1,000 spotting. A little bit less profit, but still a decent amount. 30,000 I will take. And yeah, this time we fired 19, 15, 11. That's good RNG, but still very nice battle. Look at this. This guy did okay. These guys did half decent. All these guys. And yeah, let's see. The poor tiger. Poor stock tiger. Poor one-shottable E75 couldn't do much. And yeah. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know if you want to see more World of Tanks content in the future, depending on whether I do decent or not, because, you know, If I do decent, then more likely to have video. Isn't that right? Yes. I've got such a bad crew in this thing. Also, yes, I went with this equipment setup because I like being blind and having ridiculous amounts of gun handling. Anyway, enough waffling. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Yes? Tally-ho!